That's correct. We paged the obstetrician to review Mrs. Event, but he was in theatre with an emergency Caesar.
Do you remember Mrs. Event telling you that she needed to go to the toilet?
Yes, and I made it very clear that she needed to stay on the trolley. And then I told the nurse, Julie Cooper, I told her to bring a bedpan. I had an emergency to attend to. Perhaps I don't remember the exact order of events, but I know that I spoke to Julie about the bedpan.
You need to be absolutely clear about this, Dr. Armstrong.
Are you saying that Julie remembers things differently?
Well, what I'm saying is this. If Mrs. Event had stayed on the trolley, then this incident need not have occurred. She wouldn't have gone to the toilet. She wouldn't have started to give birth on her own.
I understand that. I've told you everything that I can remember, and I am confident that I did everything that I could to direct help to the patient. I'm sorry, I need to feed my baby.
Yes, of course.
Can't they just tell you what Julie's been saying?
I can't risk us comparing stories, but it's pretty clear that she's given them a different version of events.
Yeah, I must say she did seem pretty, awkward early on.
That's because she knows that I could be in a lot of trouble. If this ruling goes against me, my job is on the line. Everything that I've worked so hard for, it could all just be for nothing.
Well, what about when you go back in there, tell them that everything Julie's been saying is a misunderstanding on her part? I'm sure once they know that, it's all, it'll get sorted out really quickly.
Can you give me a glass of water?
Yeah, sure. Back in a sec. Hey, sorry to intrude, mate, but do you reckon we go to talk? It's just that I don't think you realise how bad Rachel feels about all this.
And how do you think my wife feels?
Look, I understand your pain. I really do. The loss of a child is not something that any parent should have to bear. I just hope it doesn't cloud your judgment. Rachel really cares for her patients, and she did everything she could for Jane. It's just, maybe if you could just all talk together.
There's nothing to talk about. Listen, mate, you can try and cover up for your wife's incompetence, but it's not going to work.
Rex, what's going on?
It's nothing. It's nothing. This conversation's over.
You look a bit frazzled. Those nippers giving her a hard time.
Yeah, I admit, trying to control a room of 10-year-olds has its challenges.
Yeah, well, 10-year-olds don't usually answer back.
Well, actually, the smart ones do. But it was kind of cool because I would talk and they listened.
Wow. you make teaching sound really cool.
Come on, you love it, right?
Yeah, I love it.
What time's the mail coming?
Postie usually swings by around, 3 o'clock. Why? You expecting something?
Oh, just wondering.
Everything's messed up. You know, we pack up our bags, we drive all the way here, and then our mum and dad, well, they kind of had a few problems.
A few problems? Mum found out Dad's been cheating on her again, and then she ran off.
That's a real bummer.
Is there another public paper?
Yeah, just down the road, about 100 metres towards the bay. I can take you if you like.
I'll be fine.
Hey, what about the game?
No offence, but we won't be hanging around this dump for long, so there's no real point making friends.
Indies.
Face it, Dex, Mum's not going to let Dad get away with it this time. We'll be heading back to the city for sure.
That kid was always trouble, Alf. Didn't matter what he did. Lying, stealing. Janina bent over backwards to make him happy.
Well, she was bringing him up on her own when she met you, mate. It was never going to be easy.
And he took advantage of her every single chance he got. If she'd come down hard on him in the beginning, we wouldn't be in this mess we're in now.
How is Janina?
What do you reckon? She's a mess. All she talks about's Trey. Can't seem to accept the fact that he's gone. Good riddance, I reckon.
Mum, it's me. I know you said not to call, but I can't do it anymore. I hate him so much.
Hey. Can I borrow your phone card? I need... Widow? Well, no
Rex thought that you were trying to protect me.
Yeah, I can see that now. I'm sorry I said anything.
Well, if it's proven that there's grounds for the Avents to go ahead with legal action, it's not going to help my case.
Did the committee give you any indication which way they were going to swing?
They'll probably take a couple of days to deliberate. But it's not going to help that Julie and I have different stories.
Did you find out what she said to them?
Apparently she thought that I was talking about getting a bedpan for a different patient when I meant Jane. Honestly, we were so busy that day, I can understand how she got it mixed up.
All right, but at the end of the day, it's like I said, you did nothing wrong. You did everything you could for Jane. The circumstances were against you, Rach.
Except we got to bring our baby home. Jane and Rex didn't.
Yes, but if this is about putting your career on the line, you have to fight for this.
No, we'll just wait and see what happens.
I'm glad you got to meet some local kids before school actually starts.
What about you? Did you talk to Mum?
Yeah.
Well, where is she? What happened?
Okay, look. Your mother's gone back to the city. She's decided she needs some time to work out what she wants. So that means it's just us three for a while.
What? Wait, she's gone. I don't understand. How...
Look, I'm sorry, Dex.
Why didn't you want to take us with her?
Obviously, Mum's finally had enough and walked out.
But how could she leave us?
Like I said, she just needs some time alone. Right, she wanted to say goodbye, but...
She knew that she'd only get more upset. Yeah, we get it.
Well, I don't. Okay, this whole thing sucks.
Guess who we've got to blame for that?
You have to fix this. Okay, call her again. Just tell her you're sorry. Okay, you'll do anything she wants. Just get her back.
Yeah, maybe once she calms down, mate, okay? You know your mum, she gets a bit emotional.
She's only being emotional because you lied to her. He's right. You don't care about us.
That's not right.
Then why do you keep hooking up with other women?
Because he can. Because that's all he cares about. And if anyone gets hurt, it's too bad, right? I hope Mum doesn't come back. At least it means she's finally grown some backbone.
Hey, you still want to go to Yabby Creek? I'm into it.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I'll just put some washing on.
Julie, come in. I was just about to put dinner on. Tony had to duck out to the surf club.
It's okay. I won't stay long. After the committee spoke to you, they called me back in and told me about my misunderstanding.
Right.
There was no misunderstanding. I followed your orders that day. I am sure of it.
Julie, I'm sorry, but I remember differently.
Well, I'm surprised you remember anything. You'd already mixed up another patient's medication that very morning. You're just lucky I corrected you on that.
Well, that's hardly relevant to Jane Avents' case.
Of course it's relevant. The fact is, you were not clear-headed enough to be working. I know you don't want to hear this, but you were a liability that day.
I didn't realise you felt that strongly.
Well, it's my career too. And I refuse to take the blame for your mistake.
You sure this couple's going to go ahead and surf?
Oh, well, they want answers, Elf. And I guess if the committee can't give them that, then, yeah, we'll go to court.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry to hear that. It's the last thing you and Rachel need at the moment.
Oh, you know, we'll be all right. Every time we look at Harry, we know we're lucky. But I must say, Rachel's taken this pretty hard. You know, the whole being a new mum thing, getting used to the night feeds and your whole life out of whack. Actually, that's why I came to see you. With everything going on at home, I'm just not sure I can fill in for Johnny Palmer at the surf club meetings.
Oh, mate, don't worry about that. The way things look, he's going to be up and about in no time anyway.
Oh, good.
I'm ringing to inquire about my brother. John Palmer. I was thinking of paying him a visit. I was wondering what room he was in.
Next time on Home and Away. You're not allowed to fish there.
Oh, God.
The trouble with blokes like him is they go fishing a couple of times and suddenly they're an expert.
I am completely out of my depth.
There's a party at the docks. Hello, it's called a party for a reason, and I intend to make it a big one. Don't talk me out of liking before I even get started.
You don't have to laugh at everything he says.
I'm just glad you came. If that's an attempt at flirtation, you're going to have to try a lot harder.
I don't want you to do anything stupid.
I knew you'd come crawling back. You're pathetic.
We can work something out.
It's too late. It's over.